Welcome back to episode 2 of our series, Supporting Students During the Coronavirus Pandemic. This one is all about learning independent study skills. And so, in the spirit of fostering independence, please hand this video over to your children for them to hear it themselves. Timetables are a fantastic way to organise your studying so that you don't have to worry about it. They can calm you if you're anxious, and they can motivate you if you're feeling lackluster. By having a timetable that is sensible and spaced out, you will be able to return to the same topics again and again, which is a fantastic way to support your memory. Choosing a learning goal is not complicated if you're working towards an exam. Plot the exam date and work backwards from the exam date so that you can make sure that you're covering everything that you need to cover 3 or more times. If you're not working to exams, that can be more difficult. It's difficult to motivate yourself. So if you're in your year 7, year 8 or year 9, what you'll want to do is choose a project, a goal, something to aim towards. Write your first novel. Paint the view outside your window. Or look on Khan Academy and follow one of their sequences for maths or science or computer coding. Or go onto Udemy or Coursera or Skillshare and sign up for an entire course and follow it through. You'll see that the feeling of getting somewhere is very motivating and satisfying. There's a word of warning that comes with making timetables, and that's this. You are in charge of your timetable, not the other way around. And it's very difficult to be sure how long things are going to take when you get started. You may have allocated 40 minutes for something that's actually a 3-hour task. Don't kill yourself by trying to keep up with your timetable. Realize your mistake and adjust the timetable so that it is comfortable and realistic and helps you rather than stresses you out. If you're working towards an exam, this is going to be very important. Look up the exam specifications for your board online and make sure that you're going to cover all of that in the time given to you in your timetable. So plot the content on your timetable so that you can be sure that you're going to get where you need to go. And again, ensure that you can go over the same material 3 or 4 or more times in short bursts, not long binges. Little and often is the best way to study because you'll embed the knowledge in your long-term memory far more effectively that way. If you don't have exams to work towards, it can be difficult to know which course content to cover. If you have your school books with you, use the textbooks and go through them. If you need extra support, you can use the CGP textbooks, which are very comprehensive. You can also look online at Khan Academy, at Mr. Barton Maths, or also you can look on Twinkle. So Twinkle is traditionally a primary school resource. It's spelled Twinkl, but it's free at the moment for everyone to use, and they have some fantastic Key Stage 3 resources which will particularly support you in English. So use those resources to give yourself the extra input. Don't forget about BBC Bite Size. Their videos are brilliant. And if you've decided to study a language or you want to support your study of your modern foreign language at school, Duolingo is a fantastic app that you can use again and again. You'll get points, you've got really straightforward lessons on there, and you'll really feel that you're getting somewhere and getting the support that you need. Use index cards, not highlighters. There's tons of evidence to show that reading and highlighting your work is a passive and ineffective way of studying. Much better to take some index cards, summarize your work, and then test yourself on it. So, this is how to use index cards. On one side, you write the topic title, and on the other side, you summarize the topic in as short and concise a fashion as possible. Then, when you've completed the entire curriculum with your index cards, you can go back and test yourself. Pull out a card, see what the topic is, and then repeat to yourself, either aloud or by writing it down, everything that you know about that topic. It's a really effective way to embed the knowledge in your long-term memory Each time you retrieve the knowledge from your long-term memory, it becomes better embedded. I love studying with friends. It's fun, it's motivating, much more enjoyable, and the competitive edge does keep you going. Make sure that in your timetable there's also time for you to work independently, because the combination of both is fantastic. But you'll find probably that one of you will be stronger in each subject than the other. That's not a problem at all. It's great for the student who's weaker. They get the extra opportunity to have material explained to them. And it's wonderful for the student who's stronger, because they get the opportunity to explain all the information over, to find out how well they actually know it, and again, to deeper embed the information simply by recalling it and saying it out loud. Self-care and take breaks. Your brain is a muscle, and just like any other muscle, it needs to be rested, hydrated, and well nourished. You must look after yourself whilst you're studying. Don't push yourself too hard and burn out. It's demotivating and counterproductive. Trust your timetable and stop when it tells you to stop. But don't forget to start when it tells you to start. 3 tips on self-care whilst you're studying. Number 1, drink, but don't eat. If you associate studying with eating, it's a difficult habit to break later. And it's very easy to disappear a packet of biscuits without even noticing it during a revision session. Much better to keep drinking decaffeinated drinks during your studies and save the snacks till break time. The second thing is this: movement. Movement whilst you're studying and movement during your breaks. Whilst you're studying, keep the oxygen and the blood flowing by walking round and round the table, or taking out a skipping rope, or dancing whilst you're helping yourself to memorize material or to explain a complicated function. During break times, go for a walk, get some fresh air, change the subject in a way that gives you a fresh aspect for coming back to your studies later. So, those are the 5 top study skills for becoming an independent learner. And I really wanted to share with you this. Academic studies are fantastic because we learn so much knowledge and skills. But the greatest skill that we learn is how to learn. Because you'll go out into the working world and you will find yourself at the bottom of the learning curve again and again and again. And you will have to understand what to do. And you will have to be confident and trust yourself that you know how to find out and to learn and to skill up. So use this opportunity as a way to build your own track record. Use this opportunity to show yourself that you can study, you can reach your goals, and in the long run, you'll be very proud of yourself.